So I won the game by 11.5 points. Well, we finished the game here, and there were a few more neutral points, like the Atari in the top, and I had to capture, but we both passed because on cages it's counting the neutral points by
Yeah.
itself. You don't have to fill them out. But in fact, cages gave us the score 12.5, and it was 11.5, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's more than half a point, so
Right.
it
Right.
wasn't some kind of issue. And anyway, it was a long game. You see, 320 moves
Yeah, that's a
and
lot
very,
of moves.
very small territories for both black and white.
Mm.
But we started a little bit modern, and then you'll see. So I'm playing white. This is a diagonal Fuseki. I didn't play any of the Hoshi because I didn't want.
Diagonal Fuseki. Now, how come we hardly ever see diagonal Fuseki?
So the thing is, playing Komoku here, the idea to prevent the diagonal Fuseki is to play in this corner. So
Now, hold on.
then,
What do you say this? I'm looking at a static screen now. What am I supposed to be looking at?
oh, you don't see
All
the
I
same
see is
thing?
I see the final screen right
Ah, you
now.
see this one? So hang on.
All I see is the end.
So we're back to the game.
Now I see
Now you see it from the start, right?
yeah, blackboard.
So the guy is Victor Lin. It's a Chinese 6-dan living in Vienna for a long time.
All right. Now, why diagonal? I hardly ever see that. It's
So I invited him for a diagonal Fuseki because I played the D17 corner. Of course, he can choose to play the parallel Fuseki,
Yeah.
and then I play something in this corner. But if he really wants to attack my top left corner, he needs to come diagonal. Now, if I want to prevent that, if I want to make sure that it's going to be a parallel Fuseki, then I also play in this
Yeah.
corner, and
Yeah,
then
right.
and then whichever corner he chooses, he can choose this one or this one. Then I take the other corner, so it will be a parallel Fuseki.
So whose advantage is it to play
Diagonal.
Fuseki? Is it black's
It's
advantage?
not really. It's the same as you play parallel. I mean, when you play diagonal, you're going to expect a fighting game. That's all. It's going to be more active because
More fighting, less territory.
yeah. I mean, well, it's not necessarily has to be less territory, but well, when you fight a lot, things will die, and you never know. I mean, it's not a very peaceful game. That's
All
for
right. So
sure.
that means if it's not a peaceful game, that means I want to avoid it. I like peaceful games.
Yeah, but if your opponent comes here, what can you do? I mean, I had to take the other corner, right? And then it's a cross Fuseki. And that's it.
No.
Yeah.
I always have control, right? Because if I'm
As
white,
white, yeah. But
I play diagonal, and if I'm black, now if I'm black, I
yeah,
still have the.
if you're black, you also you can also choose. Even when
So
you see this, you can choose to go for parallel Fuseki.
if I don't want to play if I don't want to play diagonal, I never have to play diagonal.
But yeah, exactly. But the thing is, I wanted to play a Komoku, and if I want to play a Komoku, not a Hoshi, of course I could play a Hoshi in any of the three corners.
Right.
I'm not going to play a Komoku like this or a Komoku like this, because he already has the stone on that side, so he can attack me right away. But he doesn't have to do it right away. He can take an empty corner, and after I take my second corner, he attacks me, right?
Right.
That's why I don't take the Komoku facing that direction. And if I take the Komoku facing this direction or this direction, I also give him the choice, right? Because when I play c4, he's not going to take the top left corner. He will take the bottom corner, and then I go for the empty corner. He attacks me here. If I choose the Komoku facing the top side, so like Redmond does, with the direction here.
Yeah.
Then he will choose this corner. So when I go for the empty corner, he attacks me here. You see how it works? So when I go Komoku here, that it means this is the direction. So he will take this corner, and next he will attack me right away. So now he has good direction of play. I mean, all of a sudden he comes from here.
Got it.
All right. So in that case, if I want to play a Komoku, I choose a Komoku that forces him to go for diagonal. So when I play here and he wants to attack me, he comes here because the direction is this one, right?
I see.
So now we cannot avoid the diagonal Fuseki anymore. Well, of course, I can play, for example, a Shimari to prevent the attack, or I can attack him faster. But if I do that, he takes the third corner.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are games where you play like that. For example, I remember back in the day in Japan, they used to play Komoku, and then if white plays a Hoshi, black attacks here, and it feels good. So for white to try to counter, white would always go for a direct Kakari, and then black takes the other corner. So like this black has like 2 corners and a half. But it's still playable. I mean, white can put pressure and jump and go for some outside influence. Let's say we play a Joseki like this. I've seen many professional games that started like this as white, and it's still playable. I mean, yeah, white has a nice moy on the left side, and but anyway, the first 2 or 3 moves of the game, they are not deciding. So
Yeah.
what happens? So we have a diagonal fuseki.
Now, why did you play
We can do it
Q3?
like this. Puck,
Why did you play
puck.
Q3 not Q4?
Because I didn't want him to invade my Sansan. This is a guy who study a lot, and I'm pretty sure he study with AI, and he knows he's
And
up
he
to
likes
date with all the
Sunstone.
things. So if I play here, I'm pretty sure he will go Sansa. Actually, what he does, normally he would attack this corner. Then I have to play a Kosumi. Black extends. Sorry, black doesn't have to make the base right away, but he could do it, and now he will just go here.
Yeah, I got it.
So that's why I didn't want to play a Hoshi. And the thing is, well, the Josekis are not complicated with the Sansa. For example, I play this. As Michael Redmond says, I have 3 stones and then I extend all the way. Or these 3 stones are hard to attack.
Mhm.
So, but when you play a Komoku like this, the Josekis can be more complicated. Either if black comes low or high, there can be more tricky Josekis. And I know lots of variations, so
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to fight this kind of Fuseki. Of course, you attack this corner, but it doesn't matter. It's the same if you attack the top
Yeah,
or
it's the
attacks the
same.
bottom. Yeah. So now I play very calm, Kosumi. This is
Mhm.
a move that prevents or avoids the complicated variations. Because
Yeah.
if I play a pincer like this or a pincer like this, then we get into all kind of messy
Very complicated.
situation,
Yeah.
right? So, or for example, if I go this way, the old-fashioned way used to be Kosumi, Keima, slide, and extend. Okay, this is a simple Joseki, only 5 moves.
Yeah.
But nowadays, the Josekis are like this: push and then cut, and then black goes down, or black plays the attach, and here, and this one, and this one, and this one. And this development looks nice for black because he got the top right corner.
Yeah.
So I prefer to play simple, just Kosumi. Now, if he goes back here, which is normal, R8 or
Center,
R9,
yeah.
then I'm center, right? So I can play whatever I want. I can play a Shimari in the top left, I can attack his corner and extend back. I can attack the top right if I want. So for example, I can go all the way here. But he attacked the other corner too, so he wants to be active. And this is normal because when you play black, you know that white has 6.5 Komi. And you can't play to chicken. I mean, you gotta be active. And you attack the corners, right? So black doesn't necessarily need to play
R5,
this.
He left R5 naked there, right?
Yeah, but it's not a problem. I mean, even because what happens, so he plays here, right? And if I want to attack his R5, I'm supposed to play a pincer like this. But even if I play a pincer, that R5 can move. He can go out like this, or he can slide in the corner. And then if I cover, he pushes once, and then he plays Kosumi, so he can leave. It's not a big deal. Well, it looks cramped and a little bit not so comfortable, but even after he ignores so many times, he can leave, so it's fine. Because in the meantime, he plays somewhere else. Anyway, I answered his approach in the top left. As white, usually you gotta be calm. You have the Komi in the pocket, so I answer. And now, because the thinking is like this: if he extends on the right, I attack the left. If he extends on the left, I attack the right. So I get to attack one or the other, right?
You get the momentum.
Exactly. But now, first I attack this corner, and actually, I consider playing the Sansan. I consider the inside invasion. I even consider attacking here. Here I spent some time thinking what to play, but it felt just natural to play from the outside, because this game, you know what's the weakness for that shape in the top? And anyway, he will try to exploit, is this approach here, H17. So my thinking is, if he plays something on the right side, and he did, I can extend back if I want to, something like this. So I try to get rid of the Agi. I was also considering the AlphaGo style. Play this move and then slide and then go back low or high. Hang on a second, please. Yeah, we could do the AlphaGo stuff. But then I think he will extend on the left because there's too much potential in the top. Well, it's a possible Fuseki. But I decided to pincer right away and see how he reacts to the top. You know, in the top, I mean.
All right.
And he played the kick. Now his plan is that I go up and then he takes away my extension. This is what he's thinking.
14 stone.
Yeah, but I try to counter that. What would you do to play with fighting spirit here?
Wow.
Because I don't have to play what he wants me to play, right?
Right. With fighting spirit.
Yeah, try a move.
Well,
I mean, look all over the board. There are many points. Actually, well, you can play something in the top right corner first. which I did. And the people in the audience, they were a little bit shocked about my move.
By P18, right?
No, I don't want to play that. Because
Alright.
if I do this, he blocks. And then what's the follow-up? Then if I play Atari, he connects, so he gets a strong corner. And now I'm still weak, so I need to protect up or down or extend.
Right.
Actually, what I want to give him this 017 as bait, but I want him to work for it. So what I did was a peep here. Now,
Oh boy.
this is like a probe. I mean, if he plays, for example, here, I can still get something in the corner. And now I can Hane and Atari. And when this happens, he made an empty triangle here. And it's actually good for white. And then when when I connect here, he still needs to play something to get rid of the Agi. For example, this one. And then I can extend the top. You see?
If he doesn't,
if he doesn't, I can start activating the stone. So if he doesn't, if he plays away, let's say here, then I just go out and I turn. And I have double Atari, I jump. So I leave on the right side and he made a heavy group. And when he jumps with the group in the middle, I can even connect here in center. He needs to leave in the corner, then I extend. So I have a base on the right side, and then he's got this group floating in the middle.
That would be a disaster for him.
So I can that move I played inside is to create Agi and to see his reaction. It's called Yozumiru, a probe, to see how your opponent reacts to it.
Wow.
And then use it. It's a complicated concept, actually.
Yeah, it's very complicated. It's way over my head.
And normally you want to see if he blocks one way or the other, and then you can just leave it like this, because the Agi next is to jump in the corner or to invade the right side. So I can still use it to get something in that area, even if my top stone will die. I mean,
Byo-yomi there.
Yeah, exactly. The way of thinking is that he got this strong wall, and of course my stone, the 017, is very weak now. So, and I don't feel like going out and run and just make a heavy group from this, but I can invade in the corner, trying to Hane P18 and so on, or I can jump on the right side. So I can use the idea of R15 anyway. I mean, this is the way to seek compensation for white. So then I play away. And you see the guy here, the A-down, was watching the game. He said, I never seen R15.
Really?
Yeah. But well, he's a young player from Bulgaria. This is the kid.
Young pro.
Yeah, young pro. Well, that's his username. But he's like 5-dan European. Actually, he studied a little while in China. He's quite okay. Yeah. He understands what's happening. So
now your attack on C6 also benefits C12.
Yeah, C6, it feels like the most open side, because I'm looking for a moyo here.
Yeah.
So it's normal to attack from that direction. Then he plays very calm like this. Then I could slide, for example, play with this, and this. This can happen. This is old school. But I choose to play the attach, which is the new school, and Hane. So we play this AI-oriented Joseki, and I expected him to...
he walked away. He didn't protect.
Yeah, normally he goes down, then I push, then if he wants, he extends, or he attacks all the way here. But he walked away because I never answered in the top, So, of course, he can also push here once. I checked the game with the AI later, after the game, and it showed me this exchange, and then black could attack here, for example. Then when I play this, he can jump or, go like this to set up a moy on the bottom. But it's also very big to go in the top. So this is a good point. That's the weakness for my Keima shape in the top.
Yeah, you were worried about that.
Yeah, I know. And now I play a move that you wouldn't expect. Try to guess. And I will tell you the way of thinking after you see the move. It's not a local move.
I know, something to the right of H17.
Well, yeah, I can play something there. For example, I can play here, K17. He jumps out, and then I can play a Nobi, let's say. And then then it's a good shape in the top, but then he will attack me. Oops, that's a misclick. He can attack me with this Kosumi. That's quite annoying, because if I go down, he cuts. And if I go back, he plays the Hane. Then I have to jump between the groups. Maybe he turns here once. I should also protect the top. In the top left, I think he leaves easily. I don't know. Maybe it's a possible variation. But I had other ideas here. So first of all, I played a move that you wouldn't expect. This shoulder hit.
Whoa.
And now, my idea was, I want to play the shoulder hit mostly as a ladder breaker. And the ladder breaker is when, if I play this other shoulder hit to put pressure, and we get into this kind of formation, let's say, and he wants to cut me like this, or to play, well, if he plays a clamp anyway, it's a ladder. When he cuts and I try to set up a ladder, it doesn't work because it goes in this direction,
it's
in
black
diagonal. Yeah,
stone.
correct. So I needed a ladder breaker.
A ladder maker.
No, I mean this is to, yeah, a ladder maker mostly. Well, it's, yeah, you can put it that way. I mean,
It breaks his
it
brain.
helps the ladder, yeah.
Yeah, it's a ladder.
Not break, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So and he answered. If he doesn't answer, so it's a good exchange, you know. This kind of shoulder hit, it's played a lot in AI games. You've seen it in AlphaGo, but AlphaGo played it even on the 5th line against the 4th line stone, and that was more surprising. Playing 4th line against 3rd line, it's common for shoulder hits. And normally you would expect white to play a no-B or to jump.
Right.
But it was good enough to play once, because now if we start some ladder fight, it's still working for me. So then I put pressure here. My plan is that if he simply covers, I mean he turns and he goes under, you see something like this, I can discard that stone, it's not a problem. Look at the wall on the left side, and then I come back and I reduce his right side.
Yeah.
That's why I play this way. So now the guy, who's also 6 down and he knows my plans, he goes out with fighting spirit. I cannot cut here. If I cut, he goes Atari and he captures the stone. Feels too good, so I have to get ahead. But going up, it's good because now he needs to come back and protect. And when he protects, he has an empty triangle. So I already force him into a bad shape. It doesn't matter if he's a 6 down.
Your D17, F16.
Yeah, those are weak stone. Yeah. The group is weak, but now I go down and I make a base. And going down, F17 is very important because that's I shape for him too. I mean, for example, if I just play here or I go out somehow, he immediately plays the Hane and it gives him I shape on the spot. And then if I play here, he can turn once and jump or whatever he wants in the top. Let's say he plays something like this. And then if he wants to damage the corner, he can play the Tsuke and then this move. And then even Hane in the corner. And then we have this kind of follow-up, which is nasty. Well, he can start core or things like that, but he can also play this kind of move. This is a nice Tetsuji. Because when I go here, he goes here. When Hane, I block, and there are cutting points again. So I don't build so much in the corner. And if I want to separate, for example, like this, he connects under, and then he leaves. So again, this feels good for black. That's why I went down to take away his eye shape.
Okay.
So like this, I mean, this empty triangle can create an eye, but now not anymore.
Got it.
And now the thing is, okay, my group is not so weak.
He's got to run, right?
So he's got a weak stone here and a group, exactly. And he's trying to connect them. So he covers, because it puts pressure on my group. Now I try to secure the corner.
Why C16 and not D15? The table.
Well, I could play this, but then he Hane, then I still end up with this, then he goes Atari, I connect, and then he makes some good shape too. So my plan was, if I play the kick, which I need anyway, and he goes up, which is a heavy move, then I can just surround everything, because the corner, it's already safe. I mean, I don't have to worry about life in this area. This is like 10, 15 points corner. But his group is nothing. I mean, he has to slide and go out in a painful way. This was my plan, but he found a good move, this Kosumi. And the meaning of Kosumi is to connect, but in the same time create some eye shape. So for example, what would you do next to keep the pressure on the group?
I'd probably play E13.
E13, yeah, not a bad idea. So look what happens. I was a chicken this time and I played only one space jump. But I will tell you why. Because he has the Hane in the corner, then he can play Atari, and he can go out between the groups. Yeah. So when you Hane this, when you push, he's connected, and I can't catch him, right? I mean, if I play here, he comes out. If I play here, he goes out. So either way, he's out. So I played only Ikentobi. Ikentobi, it's really bad. I thought he will go out with a jump, and then I jump along, and then I build the left side while attacking. So it felt good. Or for example, I can play the cut, then Atari go out, then this one counter Atari, then Atari again, or pull back like this. So I build the left side, and he's still kind of over concentrated. Of course, he always has the Hane and Atari this. So he makes eye shape. I can't kill that group, but he invested so many moves there, and in the end, he built like 5 points. We can say this group built Komi, and I got like 10 points in the top left, at least 15 points on the left side. And the game goes on. I'm solid everywhere. So what happened? The guy tried a very nasty move. he's looking to take away my base, and I
That
guess
guy.
he wants to combine with this invasion and the jump and somehow try to kill my corner. But if I just block this and
Go down.
he plays Han and Atari, then he jumps out here. That's the reason for Kosumi to go out faster on the right, because I can't cut him anymore. If I push, he plays this one and he connects under.
Right.
So in order to prevent that, I play Kosumi. So with this Kosumi, I don't let him go to the right, but I risk
But
a
now
little
he's
bit in
gonna
the
come
corner.
after you. Now he's going to come after the corner.
Yeah, but he can't kill it. I read that out.
Yeah.
So he played a very spectacular Tetsuji. So if he tries to kill the corner right away, what would you do? You Hane, right? And then Atari.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you jump here. And then I push through. And then I block like this. Because if you go out, it's double Atari. I mean, you can't do this.
Yeah.
So what he does, he needs to connect the stone. Then I have Atari, Atari again, and I play here, and I'm alive. So he gains nothing. And this is the kind of Tsumego that we keep seeing, you know, trying to form the L shape. But it's not so difficult to read, because the sequence is pretty much forced.
And he's still on the run.
Anyway, he tries a preparation move, which is smart, because if I cut him, then he goes here. Then if I play Atari, he can connect, or he can even go for a ko. This would be very nasty. But I think he will just connect in this case. Then when I play this one, he goes Atari. When I capture the stone, now he plays the Han in the corner. He can go Atari, but he doesn't have to connect anymore at B16. And now he plays this one. And now I play this one. And when I connect, I don't have time to play both moves, Atari and so on.
Comes around, right.
So now I die. Yeah. So this was why he played that special
and
move.
You saw that.
Of course.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, it's obvious. And now he played, I simply Nobi. He pushed once, and then the key move is this, because I can push and cut him. And you will see how this fight will develop in a few moves, because he's also pretty much eyeless in the top. So, I mean, it's a lot of intuition going on too, but also some reading. And now I play Atari, and then I play this move. Now I expected him to go. Now I expected him to play here, and cut, and then I cut him. Oops, not like this. This was the plan. And then if he goes out Atari, then he turns, then I take. He can play Atari, but now he collapses, because when he connects here, I take everything.
Yeah.
At least I hope for something like that. But the guy played the peep. And here I didn't think too much, and I just went for a trade. But actually I realized I can play this move, for example, or I can play this one. Because if he cuts me, I just go down and I catch those guys. And then when he connects here, I can play here. Well, it's a little bit risky, but I think he still dies faster. So maybe I had to give some more thought in this corner fight. We had 45 minutes each, and then byo-yomi. But I felt good. It felt good just to cut, because when he cuts, yeah, well, he lives in the corner. But now I take the outside, and he still needs to connect under, which looks painful, because he needs to play this kind of move. If he doesn't do that, everything dies in the top. So let's suppose he goes here to damage more on the left side, and now I can go down like this. And how can you escape from the top? I mean, this is surrounded, right?
Yeah.
So my plan was to give him 2 stones bait in the corner. I mean, this and this.
Right.
And there's also some agi that you probably didn't see. Using the dead stones of A16, white can play, so let's say black plays here. White can play throw in here, and you can capture. It's a snapback. So black has to capture the stone in the corner, and white takes this. So even the left side isn't safe for black. And also there was another agi I could use in the game. So I took the outside, he connected, and look at this, how nasty it is. I can push one time, he blocks, and then I honey in the corner. What you do? It's a co-fight. You gotta capture this. And now, well, let's say I play here, you answer, I take back. Now, the magic with this ko is that if he connects here, I can Atari, and it's still ko in the top. So he needs to do this. Then I can push, he blocks, I take. And now maybe he plays some kotre that I don't care. I don't know, cut here or whatever. And I just kill this. And again, the whole top can die.
Everything's dead.
Yeah. So I had that, and I knew I have it. But it still feels too early to fight this kind of ko. Because at this stage of the game, I don't really have kotrets that big. Yeah. So I had to wait a little bit. Then I took a big point. Because playing here, this is a large move. It's the large...
biggest move on the board now, right?
The biggest area left to cover.
Whoever gets there first.
Yeah, exactly. And playing this kind of move also threatens the f3 group. So
Right, which is still
yeah.
weak. He never played c2.
Yeah, exactly. But now he did. He fixed
Okay.
it. So the thing is, if he plays another move like this one, which is also big to go for the right side, then I can capture the stone here, and all of a sudden he's on the run. He needs this kind of
Yeah.
move.
Yeah,
And
that's
now I
bad.
can start the coin in the top because I have Cotrets attacking this lower left.
Yeah.
But he went down.
But that gives you two moves in a
I
row,
had
right? They stop Sente now. Yeah.
yeah, but I had to push here. Usually that's how you end up. You finish the
Yeah.
Joseki. If
I
I play
see.
away, if I play this move, which is very big, he will cover. And then when I Nobi, he can push
Gotta,
again, and I
yeah,
Nobi
you
again. I
gotta,
don't build so much on the left side. He's super strong. He doesn't care about invasions anymore, and he can play here. And then
yeah.
maybe I should even play this one or this one, so he doesn't invade my bottom area. Anyway, it's important to push here, both for
Yeah.
me and for him, because if he doesn't do anything, next I can attack him very severe with this move, or one space jump, or shoulder hit, something. If I play
Hmm.
shoulder hit, this was the actual plan in the game. I can push and I can push here once and cover, and then all of a sudden he has only one eye,
Mm.
so I can build the left side on a large scale. Anyway, the guy took Sente and he fixed the Aji in the corner. He was aware that there's a nasty problem at A18, and he fixed it in Sente actually because I had to play here. If I
Hmm.
don't, if I just jump like this, he will Hane and Nobi, so he takes away my left side.
Mm.
So I blocked, but this block is actually good because if I get to play Atari, then in the end the territory will look like this. So I
Mm.
have something like this in the left,
Yeah, that's
all
not
that
bad.
box. Yeah, it is quite nice. And if you look all over the board right now, and you count, well, when he played the Hane here, it's super big, but it's not necessarily going to build all the right side. But if you just count the territory in the corner, so he captured this stone and this stone, that's 2 points plus 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, actually there are 8 points
Hmm.
because it's not clear he will build those. I can push
Right,
everything
right,
cente.
right.
So this corner, it's as big as Komi. Then he's got like 4 or 5 points here, maximum 10 if he extends and
Mhm.
so on. Then maybe the same kind of thing here. And in the corner, it's hard to say how much he will build because it's my turn now. So all over the board, black has something like 15 secure points.
Mhm.
And if you look on the left side, I have 15 secure points just here.
Right there. Yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
have this area which can build easily 10 points. And now maybe those stones in the middle can build another, I don't know, 5, 6 points, and I can play next wherever I want. So I invaded the corner because look what happens with this move. I'm threatening to connect under or to leave on the right,
Yeah, either way.
and now you understand the meaning at R15 even better. So if he plays here to keep me separated, I don't care about that stone. I don't save this one. It's not important anymore because anyway, from the beginning of the game, I wanted to sacrifice that.
So
Now
what's the
I just play Kosumi here to leave on the right,
uh
and then I can even play the peep. And now I live in the corner like this. So I'm happy to take the corner because I
right.
just destroy those points. And I make like 6, 7 points
So
for
that
myself.
R15, how come we don't see it more often?
That R15. But
Yeah.
you also don't see very often the other position where he took a P17. So
Mm.
it's the kind of situation that, well, it happens sometimes.
All right.
But you gotta see the judgment behind. I mean, for
So
example,
what did
he
what did he do?
separates, right?
What happens? Yeah, I was gonna say, what happens if he separates?
Then I have the honey in the top.
You go around the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. So now he plays. Ooh, this move is actually a ladder breaker. What he wants this. He wants to cut, then connect, then Atari, then start the ladder. This is his
Uh,
plan. But the ladder doesn't work because it comes in diagonal to the left. I mean,
yeah,
to this.
to that.
So he's trying to make a preparation fight. What he wants Hane, I mean the cut. He wants me, it looked like a misclick at first. He wants me to play the capture. Then he
Mm-hmm.
goes Hane, then I play here. Then he can Atari, then Atari again, and maybe even push one time. But let's see, is the ladder working already? Let's check. If it's already working, then I'm screwed, but I would never go out. I would play it out in my head before. But this was his plan. Yeah, it's
Wow,
working. Look at that. Look at that. Boom.
wow, wow.
And I noticed he wants that. So what I did, I try a counter attack with this Hane, you see? So what he does, he cuts me, and I play one Atari to break the ladder, and then I cut, and then I capture 2 stones. So now even if he kills the 2 stones on the left or something happens in the top, at least I got the corner, so I'm all alive and safe. So what happened here, he starts the fight in the top. Of course I have to take the corner. You saw the other day in the video that you always capture the stone that cuts. I mean, if he cuts on the outside, but okay, here is not the case. If the cut would be at 018, you would take that stone. Anyway, in this case, I captured this one, Atari, and now he can't start the ladder. So what he did, he turned. And now the ladder works. So, I mean, the ladder works from the top to this F7.
Yeah.
So I had to play the Nobi. I don't want to give him that stone. And all of a sudden, I make this territory in the top, where he had more potential. And now, of course, I'm losing something on the left side. I have to pay.
Left side gone.
Yeah, but he cannot. Okay, this is a no Suji. He was actually now looking to start a ladder from this, but it doesn't work. Look at that. I mean, that's why he played the no Suji, but these are things you need to read out during the game.
I could never see those ladder preparation moves so far away.
And it didn't work. He tried, but yeah. So what he's doing now, he's cutting here to, well, it's a combination. I mean, he either, if I play this one, then he goes like that. Then he starts Atari here, Atari like this, connector, and I'm screwed because when I play Atari here, I cannot play Atari from the inside, so I get captured. This was his other plan, so I had to go Atari like that, and then capture the stone. So you see, it's always thinking what your opponent can do, not only what you can do. It's what he's up to with every move, right? So now with this move, I don't care so much about the double Atari, but I can connect under a B9 or I can capture the stones. So now he took B9. And now, well, if he plays double Atari and he captures one stone, it's not a problem because I already took the cornerstones and I'm alive. So now I'm Sente. What would you do now if you look all over the board?
I'm very concerned about the Q9 area.
Right, that Q9, I need to escape somehow.
Yeah.
Because it becomes too big. So if I play, this is what I did. I jumped there. It looks a bit dangerous. I mean, well, black can surround or something.
Yeah, separate. Why can't he wedge?
Like this?
No, wedge. Q10.
Oh, that's okay. If he just takes one stone, I give him. I go up. But one stone is nothing. I'm happy if you take one stone because now you're in danger with the other group. See? That's exactly what I want. I want you to take one stone. That's just bait. Especially that on that one stone, black played already 3 stones here.
Yeah.
So that's easy to sacrifice.
4 to catch 1, right?
Right. But he didn't even care. He invaded. Yeah. Well, normally I was afraid that he might try some move like that. But even if he tries this, I jump out here. So at this stage of the game, we both approach byo-yomi already. So he jump in, M3, and I'm supposed to surround or to try some preparation move. For example, I can play R4. But R4, I don't think he will go up. He will just Kosumi here and try to catch my stone. So if I continue on the right side, he jumps again, and then he builds this area. Nice, huh? I don't want that. So I played another move to help my Q9, and actually I'm looking at his top group, but from afar. There is some distance. That's not completely alive yet. And for example, if he plays something here or he jumps, then I have an Atari like that, and then I can go on a counter attack. Let's say this move. So I'm helping my stones in the middle, but in the same time, I attack his top group. So even if he kills my K3, I might kill the top, and I make all this territory, this box huge.
Yeah, wow, oh boy.
I mean, that's the plan, but this is how fighting spirit works.
Can he build life around the R15 area?
Yeah, he can block here and try some moves like this and like this and so on. Okay, but if he lives there, then I also jump out with my guy. So no. So let's go back. But so I played this exchange once and Hinobi, and after Hinobi, I cannot let him go out with M3, so I Kosumi here to surround this. But one exchange already, playing this exchange, helped my stones on the right side. So there, it's a tiger mount, and now it's much harder to catch it or to kill it, even if I get surrounded.
You're still threatening the Q16 stone.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very difficult for him to approach. Now he plays some moves here just to get stronger. This is all forced. So what would you do when black plays Atari here? What's the way to
Hold on.
connect? It's a basic tactic.
I think you play M4.
Yeah, that's correct.
Let him have that stone, and then
Right.
connect at N3.
Correct. And then he goes. Well, what he got here, he created some Samaji. He made a little Ponuki, so he can hope for a few points in this area.
Yeah.
But of course, he also gave me this area, which is now strong, and I don't have to worry about anything. But now being stronger, it's much easier for him to attack those 3 stones.
Right.
So he
Right.
plays a Keima. Now, how can we go out with those 3 stones?
Hold on. What happens if you play R14?
R14? You want to save that stone?
No, connect under somehow.
I know, but what he does is Hane. I connect under, he goes down, I save 2 stones, then he surrounds the 3 stones. And now I can't catch, I can't escape anymore.
Okay, it
and I
doesn't
don't
work.
gain so much.
All right, you got to run out.
Yeah, I gotta do something else. Keima, run out. Because if he keeps pushing on this line.
Yeah, it looks very dangerous.
Yeah, but also for him. I mean, those guys can die now. So he needs to come back and leave somehow. Well, he can leave. It's not a problem, but it's painful. And then I'm out already.
Yeah.
So he gained nothing from this attack. Something similar to that happened. And now he's trying, you see, he's trying to catch me from afar. I mean, if I answer these moves, like a chicken, I push and so on, and I answer here, or I play, let's say, Atari to catch 1 stone and then I protect, now he can cover.
Yeah, now you're dead.
That's leaning attack. I mean, put some stones in the top, get stronger, and then surround. But it's obvious that when he plays a move here, he wants to surround from this direction, no?
What happens if you answer with N15?
And 15?
Yeah, clamp.
One moment. So what happens if he plays, if white plays N15?
Yeah, you clamp.
If I clamp, he connects, then you cut, right?
Yeah.
Then he plays Atari once, and then again, surround everything.
You're trapped again.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. No, I don't have to play anything. I have to go out because it's obvious he wants to surround me at N12. Right. So I just, he Hane, correct. Then I also Hane. I'm brave because the Hane can cut in the middle. If he plays here, I play this one, right?
Right, and you're out.
And if he cuts, then I also cut and I capture 1 stone. So I turn around and I escape in this direction.
Other direction.
It's gonna be difficult for him to surround because now I start making lots of I shape. I mean, I can go R9, I can go R15. In the middle, I can Atari there, so he extends. Now I play 1 Hane. I could just Nobi here, like this. But I played a bit more brave. Hang on a second. I don't know why I didn't play this Nobi, because this is the most natural move. For some reason, I wanted a counter attack. So I push through. Brave again.
Oh, wow.
And then cut. Because like this, if he attacks me in the middle, I can also attack his right side. Actually, the reason I play here is not to let those top stones get separated.
But what happens if he just plays the net at L14?
L14? That's not a problem. So I play Atari, he plays here, I can capture the stone, he captures 1 stone, and then I extend. But now I got some profit in the top. Already I captured this guy in the process. And he still has a cutting point here. And then I go out, so he gains nothing. And there's another cutting point here, so he needs to protect in the middle too. And then I'm happy. I'm just Sente, and let's see. Let's look all over the board. Where are the big points? Here once, maybe. Yeah, this is generally big. I mean, well, he can play all these moves in Sente, but then he needs to come back and protect against the capture. So, well, he played Atari because I never Nobi. Then I start making life, and you have to make the life on the edge. It's much easier. So you see, I'm building 1 eye here
and 2 eyes.
And 1 eye here. It's done. Yeah, okay, 1-1. But they can be double, I mean. Then, let's move on.
You give him the Panuki in the middle of the board?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter anymore because I have stones everywhere. If he takes that Panuki, it's like 2 extra points. I don't think he captured that stone. I managed to connect. But he doesn't want to play it now. I mean, it's not the kind of Panuki that will build 30 points. I mean, imagine I jump here once, or I play Keima here. How much do you think he can build from this? It's open from all directions. I can come from here, here, and from the bottom. So it's not every Panuki can build 30 points. That's just a myth.
So he's now trying to live. He's got to live
Yeah,
now.
he's also trying to leave because I can connect the stone, and he was attacking my base too. Now with this move, he's actually separating the H14 stones from the left side. I had to pay attention here, and that's why I went out to connect my stones. The danger here is like this. If I don't play anything, for example, if I catch a stone and I defend against the cuts or something, he can cut me like this. And the problem is, if I go here to capture the stone, it's a sneaky move. He goes out with Atari, I connect, and he separates the top. And if I play this way, he catch
Yeah.
the group on the left. So not great.
That's why you had to play D9.
I play D9, so I'm thinking if he goes here, I can catch the stone. Then he goes here, I can go out and I fight a little bit. Also, I have another move, this Hane, which takes away some liberties. So in case he separates like that, check this out. I play Atari, he takes, I Atari under, he plays this, I pull back, he connects, I Atari, he connects, and I catch the 3 stones and I'm connected. These are things you need to read in the game, especially in a tournament. Otherwise, they crush you. All right.
No way. I could see it. I could see that coming.
Yeah, at some point I played the Hane to take away the liberty, and he saw the danger, so he protected. Well, now
that's an ugly shape, but
it's ugly, but it leaves so many cuts. So
points,
I mean, there's a cut here, a cut here, a cut here, and one here. So
the take at 019, there's a lot.
Yeah,
but he can squeeze you.
He did. He started the ko, then he played Atari, I captured, he went back to the ko, I went down. There's nothing to do here, it's just Aji. I mean, if he plays this one, I take the stone. Oops.
Yeah.
I put too many black stones. I mean, black, white, and the other way.
Yeah.
But, okay, he can use those stones to force me a little bit from the outside. So, now he played this one. Maybe I could push the other way. I'm not sure which is better, actually. Actually, it's better like this. Then I had to take. I was counting I'm ahead, so I don't have to play too special. Just keep everything alive, and I can win by 10 points. Because he got pretty much the same territory from the beginning of the game.
Like a block there, right?
I had to stay alive. But it's good because then I have the Hane under the T10, then I have Hane R13 and Hane again and Atari. He's not going to make too many points in on the right side. You will see. And now he cut me here, so he goes for some territory in the center. I'm aware of the Aji here, D13, D11. I didn't like that, so I have to give him some stones. Oh, this was so big. I wanted to capture, but I was afraid I might lose some stones in the middle because now he's dangerous, so I protected here. Non-greedy variation. He connected here. Then I connect the center because it creates cutting points. I mean, I can go K11, K9. You will see in the center, nobody really builds points in this game. Because we both have stones facing each other. So, look, I cut one time. He needs to extend. Well, in the end, he managed to build these points, capturing 3 stones. Yeah. But this territory was something like 10 points. And 10 points on this board, there are many places where I can make 10 points, like H3 area.
There's still a lot of, there's still some opportunity around H3, right?
Yeah, there was. I think I got that point pretty soon. So I cut here first. He went back. You know why I play like this? Because if he plays Atari, which you feel inclined to play, I go Atari from the outside, I go Atari again, and then I play the wedge. And he can't cut me. Because when he plays here, I capture. And if he cuts like this, it's self-Atari. He cannot do it. If he goes here, I push again. He goes here. Then I'm connected. So I take back my center.
Right.
That was the plan. But he connected. Now, if I connect like this, he will connect under. So it's not such a big deal. So what I did, I Hane. And now if he answers this Hane, I connect the center and he has a problem on the right side. Because when he plays here, I can go Hane and oh, he leaves in the end. But it's small. So he decided to connect. And now I can do this, Atari, connect. And connect my stones. But in the end, he doesn't have to take right away. He will take later, I guess. So for the moment, I said, okay, there are bigger moves. Like this one, threatening to escape from that stone and kill the bottom.
Right.
Now he turned in the corner, he played this Sente. And I can't go out right away. If I go out right away, it's a ladder. Look at this. Another ladder to read.
Yep.
And he kills me faster. So, I can play another forcey move instead. Well, here I have to answer. If I don't, I lose those guys. He connected, and I need to put another move. Otherwise, it's ko. I mean, I have this ko.
Right.
But the thing
Yeah.
is, so if I play here, he answers, and I play some other move, he will connect under, and then I have to capture the ko. Well, I can play one Atari, but I better play it as a ko threat because he links, and I still need to capture the ko. And if I lose the ko, I lose all those stones. It's
Right.
expensive, so I decided to keep connected and capture 2 stones. Then he played the Atari here to get rid of the Aji in the center. There was still some problems I could create there. But now I don't have to answer that. I give him 1 stone. Anyway, if I answer, I lose everything. He turns. And now I lose those guys.
Ah.
So I let him have it. Then I play here. I can come out. The ladder still works. G2 is sneaky. So if I come out, tuck, 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 tuck. So I
He's
have to
got a
block.
problem on there. Yeah, if he lets you out, he's got a problem.
Yeah, but I can't go out yet.
Yeah.
So I play here, threatening to go out. Now I can go out. So now if he plays in the top, I just go out and there is nothing. He's dead
Right.
inside.
Right.
But of
So
course
he has to
he
take-
knows that, so he has to take. He could take like that, but in the end game, maybe I can force his eye here. So he preferred to take this way, so when I go out, he captures again, and now it's a valid eye.
Mm.
So I push first, then Atari eventually. Oh, now I play the Hane, and he saw the. Yeah, this is the variation where I expected him to double Atari. He takes, and then I teach him this combination.
Yeah.
It's all Dametsumari, shortage of liberties.
Mhm.
And in case I need it, I mean, I'm just connected by taking the 3 stones. And then I catch the 2 stones on the side. This is big end game because I have a follow-up, the clamp at S6.
Mm-hmm.
Then this happened. Okay, this was Sente, but later I can come back and capture J18. And now he push here. Of course, he could also jump. But the thing is, if he jumps, even if he can reduce more points, I answer like this, and later on I can take away his eye at F1, so he needs another move to leave.
Right.
I mean, in case the group gets surrounded. Right now it's fine. I mean, he can play here and here, but you never know. You get surrounded with this, and then you need life.
Mm-hmm.
So he preferred to push, because when he pushes and I block, there's always already an eye. So he has the eye at E5 and the eye at F2. These are very subtle differences. Anyway, I didn't care about pushing one more time, so I destroyed a few points here in Sente. Then I Nobi, because I didn't want him double Atari. I make 3 points. Then if he pushes, I can ignore again. So I capture this. This is how I like to play endgame. Try to take Sente everywhere. And now I destroy these points. Look, in the end, he made just 2 points there. He captured 1 stone and he had to connect on neutral points. Then this Atari was Sente. Well, it's some kind of ko. Ah, that was big. This was also big.
Mm-hmm.
Now I destroy some more points here. And now it's kind of finished. I mean, there are 1-2 points moves everywhere.
Yeah,
look, when I play here, he needs to come back and connect.
You're far enough
So
ahead
in
now.
the end, he made just this point and the capture. But I got the points in the corner. I managed to save these 2 stones, or there was 1 stone in Atari.
Very interesting game.
And from here, yeah, only small moves left. And
But you know,
1-2 points moves.
This requires reading at a
A
level
lot,
that's
yeah.
beyond what I'm ever going to accomplish. I mean, I can't.
Yeah, you gotta think of all kind of details.
Got to find another approach to the game that doesn't require so much reading.
But in the end, it breaks down to reading moves ahead. I mean, inevitably, you gotta fight. Stones get to collide at some point in the game, so you need to be able to find the combinations that you get a better result and you finish center, or at least make it balance. And but well, I guess you got some ideas checking this out.
I thought